familiar foes. They've played each other 6 times over the last 4 years. Familiarity sometimes breeds contempt, but interesting point really, and I know it's been spoken about a few times over the week, that the court conditions here should favour the Danes.
Yeah, it's what they like, and we've also seen some of the tournaments where they've been doing well, and it's been in these conditions, you know, where it's difficult to control the shuttle because of the drift, and it makes me. Of course, the court is not getting smaller visually, but it makes the court smaller. That means you're not going all the way to the line. You're playing a little bit too short. The service game gets really important, and the Danish girls are just very, very strong at that. First of all, they are very strong. Second of all, they're very tall compared to their opponents here, and they just have so many good routines in the service situation that I think this favors them.
Well, they're the higher ranked pair, albeit maybe by 1. So Yake Takahashi and Misaka Matsutomo. They'll be pleased that Mitani's got them off to a winning start. And they have won 2 out of 2 so far this week. Both in straight games as well. Yesterday they won 21-13, 21-10 against Anskeli and Sung. As you can see, ranked 4 in the world, and it's impressive so far. They haven't been able to win a major title. Won the German Open in March. They reached the final, the Malaysian Open, the semis in Singapore, and at the All England quarterfinals here in India. So a very consistent pair, which is why they are number 4 in the world. So Peterson and Ruttejo from northern Denmark, this left and right-handed combination, weren't on court very long yesterday. 4 minutes, 6 points before the Germans of Goloszewski and Hedrich had to bow out. And they also dispatched Woon and Hu fairly quickly too when they played Malaysia. This might be a little bit tighter. Ranked number 3 in the world. See, Ruttejo now 30 years of age. Christina a couple of years younger. They had their first win of the year recently when they won the European Championships. They actually got to face one another in the final of the mixed doubles, didn't they? Excellent win at the end of the season, winning the Super Series final in December. Beat Yang Wang Xiaoli on the way to winning the season-ending title. Also won the London Grand Prix Gold in the latter end of last year. So they've achieved great things, haven't they, for badminton?
And at the same time, Christina's been doing really well in the mixed doubles, so she's had a really good year.
Lost in the quarters, didn't they, in the Olympics? But as you say, in the mixed doubles, she got a medal with Joachim Fischer, who's playing men's doubles this week. So as I mentioned, they've met 6 times. And as you can see, the Danes on top 4-2. The last time they met was at last month's Singapore Open. Pedersen and Yule won in 3 games in a match that lasted over an hour. The Japanese winning their first game there before the Danes fought back. The previous meeting was at the Japan Open semi-final. That was straight games, but they also met in last year's Sudamin Cup. And that was also a fairly lengthy affair, 22-20, 21-16. But, yeah, not much to read from that. Jane Lin Fundao is our umpire from the Philippines. And it's Klaus Schlieben from Austria, who is watching out for the serves. Well, should be a little bit of contrast in styles. We saw yesterday Matsutomo. She was the player really that overcame Anskeli and Sung, didn't she, when she got to the net and started dominating there if she can get some superiority, that will be key, but it's not going to be easy for her to do.
No, she's going to be challenged more today than she was yesterday. So it's all about, you're right, how does she cope with two girls who really, by playing a lot of mixed doubles as well, have no problem standing at the net. At the same time, they're still big. Camilla hits very, very hard for a girl, I can tell you. So it's gonna come down to that. And can the Japanese pair control the rallies? If they can control it, I think they will be the favorites. But that will be hard under these circumstances.
Okay. Ready?
Well, a match that Denmark really have to win to have any hope of winning this group. Can Peterson and Yule do the business?
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Japan, represented by Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi. And on my left, Denmark, represented by Christina Pedersen and Camilla Reiter-Juhl. Denmark to serve, Christina Pedersen to Ayaka Takahashi. Love all. Play.
So Japan leading thanks to Minasu Mitani, and a mistake on the serve from Christina Pedersen there straight off, and not the start Denmark we're looking for,
and
obviously.
that's definitely not normal for her. So, but here we have that is exactly what they're good at. And this is more like how the men's play doubles.
And you've seen it from Yu Yang and Wang Xiaoli as well.
Yeah.
They're a very aggressive pair. In fact, big surprise Yu Yang's not here this week.
Yeah.
2-1.
But the Chinese ladies team is...
They still... I would still say a little weaker without her.
Yeah, of course. Girl of her standards will always be weak. She's not there.
Oh dear.
Gonna hit her.
Yeah, she got her hand. I think she's
2-4.
okay. Hopefully so. That can be nasty, especially if you get it trapped. She's still not that comfortable. No, I don't think they're asking. Are they asking for a trainer to come on?
I think it took a nail. That really, really hurts, I can tell you. That she can be able to play with that, that's not a problem, but it just takes your nail off. Kind of cuts her nail.
Well, they only lasted 6 points yesterday because the opposition had an injury. Only 4 points into this match. But as you say, it's not something that should stop her from playing, but it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
No.
2-all. Play.
Well, she's not had a great start to the match, has she? Well, the first serve and then that. I think it's unnerved her a little bit.
3-2.
A smart move by the Japanese player to flick serve straight away. She needs something.
I'll call the doctor.
Yeah, so they're calling for the trainer.
I think she needs to plaster something.
Yeah. The trainer, the doctor will come on court, just patch it up. And you can see a little bit of blood that's coming out.
Free nail cutting.
Well, there should be one on court pretty soon. Here we go, this is the incident that caused it to happen.
It's gonna hurt.
So all it takes is a plaster and off we go again.
Yeah, but that plaster won't stay on.
Okay, ready.
It's a bit difficult.
She's got to now put it behind
3,
her.
2.
She's got to now
Play.
focus on the job ahead, because this is not going to be an easy tie for the Danes. Need to be fully at it. Well played.
4, 2.
Matsutomo there getting to the front of the court to eat up that opportunity.
Service over.
Cheap one back.
3, 4.
Well, I think she's okay now.
Yeah, and then there we see the strength of her in the flat. She uses the flat drive and then she's ready. That's what they like. And of course the Japanese pair needs to stay out of that, maybe block shot to the net instead, or maybe lift it high. Especially the side they're standing on where they can do it. Oh, I think there was 2 on it.
Service over.
Yeah,
5, 4.
Matsutomo just telling the umpire that the Danes were both hitting the shuttle at the same time, so that was actually a fault.
Did they actually both hit it though?
Yeah. You can always see that on how the shuttle flies. But it's pretty standard to continue to play. But oh, that's a flick serve.
6, 4.
Dane's unhappy with the way it was implemented. Looking to the service judge for a bit of help, but he was happy. Just long. Good idea again,
Service
though.
over. 5, 6. Fault. Service over.
They've started well, though, haven't they, Takahashi and Matsutomo here?
7, 5.
Yeah, well, it's exactly what I said. That plaster's not gonna stay on. If people, you know, she's got her own stuff now.
Forget the doctor, that's what I got.
The thing is that you use your thumbs so much when you play badminton that you have to have a plaster and then a bandage around it, and you have, might sound weird, but you have so many feelings in your thumb for how you hold the racket and what you do that it's really annoying. So and there you see, I think she put some extra on it.
7, 5. Play.
smash by
6,
Christina.
7.
Must happen a lot though, mustn't it? You know, given the fact they are a left and right-handed combination as well. I suppose it could happen if you're both right-handed as well, depending where you are.
Yeah, it happens. It happens sometimes.
Service
Oh,
over.
Yeah, but it's normally
8,
seems
7.
seldom makes service mistakes, so it's quite surprising. Can't be feeling that comfortable.
Yeah,
of course, they both know that if Denmark is to have a chance in this match, they need to win.
And it's all been a little scrappy, obviously.
9,
There's
7.
nothing they can do about the thumb injury, but it's been a little stop-start because of that. And there's only 2 points in it, but you have to say the Japanese pair so far look far more together.
Christina's been having a really bad start.
10,
She can't
7.
even get it back over the net,
No.
giving the shuttle back.
No, so yeah, she's already calmed down, talking to herself,
Denmark.
Yeah.
trying to get into the right state of mind.
Very early in the match, and you know there's a lot of
Play.
badminton to be played here, a lot of time to retrieve the situation, but you don't want to start giving away so many cheap points.
Service over.
Takahashi putting it wide, but then getting a nod of
8,
approval from her
10.
coaches.
Service over.
Well, some work to do here for the Danes. They've already lost the opening women's singles and trailing here in the opening women's doubles. A thumb injury and 3 points down. Work to be done. So Matsutomo and Takahashi 11-8 up. Still plenty to be played here in this match between the world number 3 and 4 pairs.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach.
Well, Sheena Pedersen and Camilla Rutuyo. Frustrating start to the match, but
Ready to play?
they know they have the capability to come back here.
11,
They know
8.
their opposition very well.
Play.
And they haven't. They you know, if you take the, let's put them this way, the easy mistakes. If there is easy mistakes, they're only behind with 3. The Danes can play much better than this. Hopefully for them, but
There's another kind of, I mean, we talk about forced and unforced errors, but I get the feeling they're trying to
12,
get things done here
Yeah.
a little too quickly and getting a little frustrated too quickly as well.
definitely. And they need to find their game.
mistakenly left from
Service
Christina
over.
Pedersen there. Again, she can't get it back over the net, giving the shuttle back.
10.
Somebody took her mojo before
Yeah,
she
well,
went in.
but it's true. I mean, you must have had it, Jim. You just, some
Oh.
days you step on court,
It's awful.
your legs are moving slowly, your brain can't work the same
No.
pattern as your body, and
Service
well,
over.
that was a pretty good one, though.
That could have been a challenge.
11.
But yeah, it's
13.
terrible. It's and you just try everything to get going, and you just can't make it work. But in this case, I've never seen somebody not even been able to actually give the shuttle to the other opponent. So, but again, let's emphasize that they've not been playing well, but it's still only a 2-point gap.
Yeah, it's still tight.
So
On the line there as well. That's important, those last couple of points, catching the line. And it's now 1 point in it.
But we see here the difference between ladies doubles and some of the other events. We've seen other men's doubles and where the set was finished after 4 minutes. This set is in the middle of the set. It's 17 minutes.
Service over.
That's just the difference. That's just how it is when the rallies
14.
are played,
12.
and people will get out of the service situation. That's how much it means. Yeah,
15.
not good.
12.
Oh dear. Really worked hard for that point as well.
16. 12.
Just failed to kill it off. Well, a little bit of worry, a little bit of concern here for the Danish camp.
A little bit. I think there's a lot of concern. I don't think their performance has been that great. It's the first time Christina has really covered the net after a service return. She needs to gain that confidence. And now she wisely takes a little bit of a timeout to maybe talk things over.
Yeah, there's a couple of times Christina Pedersen's blown her nose as well. Maybe she's not feeling 100% well either.
No. She's got a little bit of cold maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe she's been sitting beside us.
Yeah, getting the draft from the air conditioning.
Play.
Fantastic by
Service over.
Takahashi.
18. 13.
was going to put that one away, wasn't she, Matsutomo? And
19,
Japan here closing in on the first game. Couple of points away now, and it's been far more straightforward than anyone would have expected for Yaka Takahashi and Misaki Matsutomo here.
Yeah, and credit to them, they're playing really well. I know the Danes are probably not
service
playing
over.
their best game, but we also have to give credit to the Japanese pair. They're doing everything they can to that it's not happening. So good performance by them.
And that cord bringing a much needed point for the Danes. But it's
Service
game
over.
points for Japan.
20, game point 14. Play.
So 6 game points for the Japanese pair, one saved.
Service over. 15, 20.
Well, there's been a lot of talking here from Christina and Camilla. To the service judge, to the umpire. Obviously,
Yeah, but it's also a sign of things are not going as they're supposed to.
yeah, sign of frustration, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I think they have to. Oh, I'm pretty sure they're going to lose this set. Easy.
Yeah.
So
as you
they
say,
have to refocus, start over, say this new game.
By Japan, 21.
well, it was all rather
15.
straightforward, wasn't it, in the end for Matsutomo and Takahashi there, and that much-needed point that Denmark craved, well, it might not be coming because Japan here are in the ascendancy once again. It was a lackluster display, you have to say, from the world number 3 pair. It all really started with that injury, that thumb injury for Christina Pedersen. And there's the scoreline from the opening game, 21-15 to Japan. Well, the coach of Japan must be absolutely thrilled with what he's seeing. And last time they met, well, Pedersen and Newell won in 3 games after losing the first 21-11. So there's a precedent that happened just a month ago.
Yeah.
21-15, 21-14 in the next 2 games that came for the Danes.
But I don't think that Christina played like this in that match.
I didn't see it, but I'd hazard against that that was the case, yeah. Nina Kiersfeldt, a little disappointed, I'm sure, with the way things panned out for her as well. So can a little bit of history repeat itself here for the Danes? They comfortably lost the opening game in Singapore a month ago against this Japanese pair, and then retrieved the situation in admirable fashion.
Second game. Love
It was
all.
in the semi-finals.
Play. Service over.
Well, they're taking the opening point. Opportunity missed there for Matsutomo. She's been taking those.
Service gold. Service over. 1-2. Service over. 3-1.
Well, there's been a better rhythm so far, hasn't there, from Pedersen in your very early stages, though. Nothing to get carried away with, but far more looking like the number 3 pair in the world, aren't they?
Yeah, and the one thing that suits him well now, if you are in a tough situation where nothing, you know, not nothing, but if things doesn't work, is that they got the side now where they can defend better because they can hit the defensive shot harder without it going out on the back. That means they don't have to go into these rallies where it hasn't worked. So it gets into a more solid game. Maybe not so exciting to watch, but it's better. It's a better game for them right now.
Now it's the turn of Takahashi to get frustrated in this match.
4-3.
A couple of shots are going to arrive for her. There's a bit of needle here, isn't there?
Yeah.
A little bit going on. This is again that Christina was upset that Matsutomo wasn't ready for her serve, and she was made to wait. You know, I think she's got a point, really.
She has a point. She has to. That's the rules. She has to be ready. It's wide. And especially when you're not feeling great in your service rhythm, you don't want to stand there and wait.
3.
That's serving much better now. And there you see the difference. This is what they can do now. The Danes, they can push it to the backcourt. They can really just force the Japanese. And it's going to be difficult for them to get away from.
Well, it looks like a completely different pair out there, doesn't it?
Service over.
She got caught at the net there, Christian.
4-7.
Yeah, push further and further back and then came the drop shot.
Service over. 8-4.
Well, very different feel to this set, isn't there? It ends out from Pedersen with some great skills on show there, wasn't there?
Service fault called.
Service
Service
fault
over.
called.
10,
Well, that was,
6.
I think that was an important point for the Danes, avoiding a comeback. We've seen a lot of that in this tournament. They keep. I think they're calling 90% of the flick serves. So apparently that has been talked about that the rack is too high on the flick serve. So they're trying to take away that advantage, which I think is a good idea.
Service over. 7, 10. Eight, 10.
Well, they fought back pretty well here again, the Japanese, but it's... Well, there's a flick serve that's allowed. Well, back to just 1 point in it.
10.
From 9-4 to 10-9. That's it.
Playing really well now, the Japanese pair.
10 all.
And again, if they can come out of it, the flick serve, that's the best thing for them, because then Christina and Camilla can't go up and push them to the backcourt. So let's see if one more flick serve is coming. It is. And
Service
Yeah,
fault
full
called.
call that time.
Service over.
you know,
11,
what should she do?
10.
She gets called one time, she doesn't get called the next 2 times, and then she gets called the 4th time. And
Well, she's laughing a little nervously, and Matsutomo there, a bit disappointed. Tight in the second game. Yeah, it's a tough dilemma. You can see why they want to use it.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach.
Finely poised in the second game of the second rubber here, the women's doubles between Christina Pedersen, Camilla Rutuyu, and Ayaka Takahashi, and our partner there, Matsutomo. And
Ready to play?
well, there's been plenty of talking points, plenty of talking out on the court as well between players and service judges and umpires. Service faults called, a couple of plasters on board.
it's got everything.
Has it got a comeback as well? Can they force this to a third game here, the Danes?
12, 10.
Good drop shot by
Service
Takahashi.
over.
And that's the
11,
way that
12.
they should play the Danes. Don't give them too much pace. That's why we see the flick serves. That's why we see the drop shots, waiting for their chance to hit hard.
Pedersen intercepting well there. Well, a few times they've been caught, but never overtaken in this game. Now back to 2 points ahead for Rutio and Pedersen.
Well placed match by Takahashi. She goes for the weak side, the backhand side of Camilla Juhl. As we see there now, which is difficult to defend. You don't know if you needs to take in the forehand or the backhand. So, smart play. The Japanese pair defending very, very well.
This Denmark, they really need it. You can't really see the next three rubbers all going Denmark's way, can you?
No. It is. This is the one that is important for them, or at least to gain the confidence that they should be able to win the next one. So if this one is gone, it's, you know, it's an uphill battle.
So some big points coming up here. 15 all. In a game where they've looked a lot more comfortable than in the opener, but where they've been pegged back on a couple of occasions.
Good smash by Camilla. Hard hitter.
16, 15.
Well played.
17, 15.
Making a move. Well, they went out in the Olympics, didn't they? Pedersen and Juhl to a Japanese pair. Lost to Fuji and Kakawa. Hanging in here, the Japanese pair, but that's beautifully done from Camilla Rutio at the back of the court. And a run of 4 points in a row, just at the right time for the Danes here. Again, being told to be ready quicker. Game points for Denmark here to tie it up.
Game point, 15.
And there they are. Well, is it a case of doing it again against this Japanese pair, as they did in Singapore a month ago?
15.
Looking down and maybe beaten in the first game, but never get it all up in the second. Who can take the third? Yeah, 6 points in a row to take them to this game for Pedersen and Rutujul. And it's into a third game. Already had 43 minutes here, and we're into a decider. It's, you know, you look at these head-to-heads, and sometimes we can read too much into them. You know, they met 6 times before. You know, I suppose if Pedersen and Rutujul went on 6, then we'd say, yeah, okay, you know, there's some history here, and this lot don't know how to beat the Danes. But I just think the recent history is always very important. The fact that they did come from behind against Singapore and beat them, that's got to be fresh in everyone's memory.
Yeah, they both pairs knows the script, so you know, it looked for me, it looked like they were lacking the confidence, the Japanese pair, at the end of that second game. They were up, they came up, they looked good, and then in 1, 2, 3 short seconds it was gone again. And the Danes looked like they were, you know, they found their game at the end, and I think they're gonna come out buzzing now from winning that second game.
Yeah, winning 6 points in a row at the end there, you know. But here we are, change of ends, you know. But they can't play as poorly as
But
they did.
exactly, they remember that has nothing to do with the draft or anything. They simply didn't play well.
That's
in
what I was
the
going to
first
say. They can't play as badly.
No.
In this game down this end.
Service over.
But then again.
1, love.
It's only 1 point, but the Japanese players will be fully aware as well with
Service
the
over.
victory behind them from
1.
Mitani. Well, they have a real opportunity here to put Japan into a 2-0 lead in the overall tie, and it does make a difference. You know, I know they're both through to the quarterfinals, but finishing top of the group, that's really where they both want to be.
Yeah, you want to avoid the best.
2,
You
1.
don't want to be. I don't know how the seeding will be, but I think the winner here won't be able to get China.
Well, the winners of each group can't meet each other.
Exactly. So you want to avoid that one. Then you have to win this.
And then it's there's no, you know, they could end up playing, you know, if Japan win the group, they could end up playing Denmark again.
Yeah.
3, 1. Service over. 2, 3.
next match, court 4, second men's singles, Germany, represented by India, and India, represented
Well,
by
I think she.
Service over.
is she challenging?
I've never seen a challenge being taken back.
I say she challenged and then she changed the mind. Quite rightly too. I think it was inside the line.
Yeah. I think the coach has said, no, don't do that.
Don't be silly.
But
Although
actually, it should count as a challenge. When you take your hand up, it's a challenge. You can't take it back. But I don't think the umpire.
And are we going to have a challenge this time? No.
No.
4-all.
Well, we're down to last set. We gotta use them at some point.
Yeah, no, we haven't had one yet in this match, have we? Oh, we did have one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the first game.
Well, they're pretty good at finding that line.
Same part of the line as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Service
gonna go
over.
fourth time.
5-all.
But, it's
But the
one.
Danes had a good run at the second set, the second game here, so they know now that they're favored when they change sides here. So for them, it's to keep it as tight as possible. It suits them better to be on the other side where they can push the shuttles. So. Oi!
Oh my
Service over.
goodness.
There's you why. But it
6-5.
suits them better where they can push it more.
Which is
Just as we just seen the Japanese pair pushing it. Oh, she wanted to give it too much, I think. I know that feeling when you come up, you're building up all the way, you're almost celebrating before the shuttle is on the floor, and then you miss it. Well placed match for Takahashi again.
7-5.
well, it's a very tight one to call this, isn't it? It was always going to be a really good battle. I mean, we only have to look at the world rankings to see there's not much between them.
Play. Service over. 6-7. Service over.
Well, just 2 points in it, and as you say, the favourite end yet to come for the Danes, but this Japanese pair have been very consistent throughout. You have to say it's been a little bit more up and down as far as Pedersen and you are concerned.
Good follow-up by Camilla there. And this is what they're really good at. If we see this one, we see Christina actually push it to the left side of where Camilla is, and she's already moving forward, we see that. And that is a good tactic. So is going for that smash again.
Service over.
This time it wasn't
9-7.
successful.
The European champions under pressure. Matsutomo and Takahashi here have a 4-point advantage at the interval. Can the Danes come back to them again? That's the question we're going to find the answer to very shortly, I suppose. But Takahashi and Matsutomo will be hoping that they can hold on to their lead. One game all. It's 11-7 in the third.
Fourth one, 20 seconds. Fourth one, 20 seconds.
Well, it's a match really that
Coach, please.
could decide the fate of these two teams for tonight's quarter-final draw.
Camila. Camila.
Draw for the quarter-finals for both the Uber Cup and the Thomas Cup will be made tonight after the evening session. If Matsutomo and Takahashi can maintain this lead for Japan, you have to feel they'll now be really big favourites to be one of the seeded teams in that draw.
Ready to play?
Yeah, this is a important start for the Danish pair in this side of the game.
How does she keep that one alive? Matsutomo did really well to get it back, didn't she? And she ends up getting the winner.
Well, good defense. There's Mia Blichfeldt. Playing well, the Japanese pair.
Well, it's been a very important run for them. 5 points in a row. But you wouldn't want to ride off this Danish pair just yet, would you?
No, not yet. But it's definitely going the wrong way. Yeah, you can just see the problem is that the Japanese defense right now is so good that they can't get it down on them, and that means that it frustrates Camilla and Christina. And we
That was clever. That was clever badminton, though, wasn't it? From
very clever, and you see, they can see in Camilla that she wants to come forward because she doesn't want to smash anymore, and it just nice and easy puts it over her, and there's no way Christina's gonna go back there and hit it. They're making the Danes work really, really hard. Again.
Well, this is a big run now, isn't it? 7 straight points. From 8-7, it's now 15-7, and it's a big gulf now between these pairs.
Yeah, and you can see in Christina and Camilla that in their body language, it's yeah, probably says it all. They're being made to really work hard.
Well, one back in what is a long way back, but they need to summon all their fighting spirit here. Perfectly placed from Matsutomo.
16-8.
Again, well played. What you see, Richard, is what the Japanese pair is doing is actually they're staying out of trouble. They're just playing it around Camilla and Christina and just staying out of trouble.
Yeah, but it's not just getting it back, is it? I mean, they're finding some...
Oh yeah, they're finding the weak spots.
Yeah.
But as soon as there's any doubt if Camilla and Christina can get into the game, they're just moving them around in court, and it's just a really good tactic, and it's really good to see this Japanese pair being able to control on this side of the court. So you know, that's good signs for Japan for the tournament.
Yeah, they're closing in here, Matsutomo and Takahashi, and what could be a extremely crucial point for them.
You saw that instead of playing it flat into Christina, they lifted past her and down to Camilla's backhand side. Clever tactic.
It's match points. An hour played in this women's doubles match between the world's ranked 3 and 4 pairs. And it's the Japanese who are closing in, the world number 4s.
Service over. 10-20.
Well, just went the wrong side of the net for Takahashi. The net call going their way there as well. But unfortunately, from a Danish perspective, 9 more match points to save.
Yeah, it's gonna take something special.
That was good.
Nope.
But that one wasn't, and that is the end of the match. A match that's gone Japan's way, a really big point for them in this overall tie. After winning the opening women's singles, they've now taken the women's doubles. Pure joy for Matsutomo and Takahashi in a match where really they started sluggishly, didn't they, the Danes? Camilla Rutuyo with a thumb injury, Christina Pedersen maybe feeling the effects of a cold, but take nothing away from the Japanese here. They were solid throughout. They suffered a dip in that second game, but they fought back to produce some excellent badminton in the third. Here was the winning point. Camilla going for the smash wide of the mark. And in the end, you have to say, pretty comfortable in this third game for Takahashi and Matsutomo. They won it 21 points to 12. It's now Japan 2, Denmark 0. So we knew it was going to be an important match, this one, Jim, and just it was a strange kind of start, wasn't it, from a Danish perspective?
Yeah, they never really got going. They only got going at the end of the second game, but we gotta give credit to the Japanese pair. That's really tactical, very well played. Stayed out of where Camilla and Christina likes to play, and then we saw the result of that, and we really saw it in the third game where they just overpowered the Danes. And not good for Denmark, because they really needed this point.
Yeah, but the way they came back in the second, you just felt that maybe that history could repeat itself, 'cause considering it happened so recently in Singapore, where they lost 21-11 there in the first game. I mean, it was 21-15 here, and managed to turn it around. But you've got to give credit to this Japanese pair here, because they worked the channels really well.
They did.
They found the weaknesses and they played on it.
They stayed out of trouble in that third shot. Where if they couldn't find the front court, they just easily played it over. The front girl from the Danes, and then from there on they just moved them around. So good performance.
And it's going to be tough now for Denmark to retrieve this situation. 21-12 in this final game. The winning point. That means Denmark 2 up here. 2 down, I should say, here to Japan. She liked that one, did she? Takahashi. Now her sister's going to be on next. From Sayaka to Ayaka. Good atmosphere inside the stadium. India in action on that court, you can see on the right-hand side of your picture. Kashyap Barapali playing against Dita Domka. So it's backs against the wall now, isn't it, for Denmark after these 2 opening rubbers, because Minatsu Mitani and the combination of Matsutomo and Takahashi put Japan 2 up, and it's really hard to see Denmark turning things around in the final 3.
Yeah. We have to remember yesterday Takahashi didn't play her best game, so
maybe some hope for Jensen.
Yeah.
Now here come the players. She'll be eager, won't she? Sayaka to put the rights from yesterday's wrongs, but it's a match you'd expect Takahashi to win, but you would have said the same yesterday as well. In fact, we did. Takahashi ranked 13 in the world, up against Jensen, who's only at 68. Moved up to the number 2 singles player after playing in the third singles matches, the first 2 of the group matches. It was Anna Madsen who Won them both actually for Denmark, who was out previously at this point. Takahashi, of course, was out first in yesterday's match when she lost to Ti Jingyi. Her sister said she thought she looked nervous. Ayaka said Sayaka looked nervous out there. And Ti Jingyi admitted as well that she was helped out by quite a few unforced errors. So whether she can rid herself of those nerves today, we'll see.
Well, it's probably a little bit more comfortable with a 2-0 lead. She knows that